Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Pink Sock Podcast. Today, we have a very lovely guest from the band Sekond Skyn, who just released their latest music video, Wounds, on September 1st, and also that is off of their latest LP, Letting Go. Without further ado, we have Zack of Sekond Skyn.
Hey, Mike. What's going on? How are you?
It's nice having you on here finally.
Yeah, definitely. Glad to be here.
Sorry I had to keep rescheduling. It's just been a busy couple weeks.
Oh, that's okay. Actually, it worked out really good. I just have a little break between work, so I work from home, so here I am.
Oh, that's cool. What do you do if you don't mind me asking?
So by day, I'm a closed captioner, so I provide a service for deaf and hard of hearing, like a lot of students and a lot of meetings and stuff. And then by night, I play the guitar.
So do you do like the live TV closed captioning, or do you do pre-recorded stuff?
I've actually done both. I've done like live news, all the stories, like stuff on Israel right now. I've done specials for like HBO and stuff.
It's got to be a rough gig, especially with live TV. You got to type real fast.
Yeah, I do it through voice, so I do it through a microphone. So that has its own set of challenges, but yeah, it's actually not bad.
Damn, I knew somebody that used to do that. They said it's like, what, a 5-second delay or something you have to type or whatever.
Yeah, it's always a delay because you're like listening to what they're saying and doing it back. But yeah, it's a great job. I love my job, and I'm glad that people get a service out of it,
Do I see a Corrosion of Conformity shirt? Is that what I see?
And I took the flag down. I put a new flag, but I had a flag up too. I love Corrosion.
That's fucking cool. With your guys' latest single, like I can hear a lot of like influence of bands like that. Like it sounds very like groove metal-ish in a way, kind of like Drowning Pool or like Pantera meets like Alice in Chains kind of feel.
Yeah, we love all that stuff. We love Alice in Chains. We love Pantera, Corrosion. I'm hoping Corrosion comes back sometime soon. I'm here in Jersey, so usually they play like Starland, but I'm like holding out for them to come back.
They put on a good fucking show. I saw them in Pittsburgh at Stage AE. They put on a fucking killer show.
Yeah, they do. I saw them one year I saw them with Black Label, and then the next year they headlined, and they played with like Texas something, I forget.
Coalition?
Oh, yeah, it could have been them, yeah.
Where they have that big freaking singer that looks like he eats nothing but bacon and pork fat, that guy?
Yeah, it was really cool. They always put on a great show, and they like to come and meet the fans and stuff, so that's always a plus.
You gotta love that. Texas Hippie kind of reminds me a lot of like Pantera in a way, like musically.
Oh, yeah.
Very much so. So you guys just released this album. Is there anything else in the works coming up, shows or anything you want to promote?
Well, we actually just we just opened for that band Sponge. So they had that, that one hit, Plowed Into the Sun.
Oh, okay. I was wondering who Sponge was. I thought you were opening for like SpongeBob or something.
Yeah, or like SpongeCore or something. But so we just opened for Sponge last month, and they played at EJ's Tap House, which is right down the shore from us. So we did that. Right now, there's not a whole lot because we're kind of getting into that season, like Thanksgiving around the corner. And I feel like people kind of start doing the holiday thing a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I think now we got another album that we're like planning on working on. So we're kind of like shifting into that mindset a little bit.
See, you always got to keep the creativity flowing. You always got to keep pumping out music and albums because people have short attention spans.
Oh yeah. I don't know how to keep anybody's attention anymore. Like, what do you got to do?
You got to get TikTok, you got to get Instagram, you got to get every single social media platform and just keep pushing.
Yeah. I hear like I'm on all that stuff, and like, I don't know. I don't know what like the trick is. Like, how do you keep, you know what I mean?
If you figure it out, let me know.
Yeah, same here.
We're in this together, bro.
Yeah.
We're both in the entertainment industry. I actually do stand-up comedy on the side.
Okay.
So I know what it's like to entertain, which is really crazy because like in music, I think like they both have their hard things, but I think being a stand-up comic is somewhat harder in a way, especially as a front man.
Yeah.
If you forget the lyrics as a front man, you have a cool band playing behind you.
Yeah, that's true.
You can start mumbling. If I try that shit mid joke and I start mumbling, people think I'm having a stroke.
Yeah. Yeah, right. You're gonna be like, who was it? Mitch McConnell, where he's just like talking and he's like, he's stuck. Yeah, no, that's hard. I mean, it's silent, and if someone doesn't laugh, it's like, it's quiet.
Like it's rough. It was very rough.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
wish
have a
I
lot
had.
of balls to do it.
I need to turn around and do kind of like what like Sam Kinison or what's his name, the dude from Half Baked. Fuck, what's his name? The dude that looks high all the time. I forget his name, but he has a backing band whenever he does comedy.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's always good. Yeah, to have like a house band or like somebody to kind of break it up a little bit.
Yeah, so you can't hear the hecklers.
Yeah, there you go.
So, what were some crazy shit that you've dealt with at shows? You've opened for a lot of big names.
Yeah, so since my time in the band, I joined in 2016, and since then, this has been kind of like the lineup for Sekond Skyn. Since then, we opened for like Monster Magnet. We did Life of Agony. We played with like a super group, like what do they call it? Art of Anarchy. It was like John Moyer from Disturbed, Bumblefoot from
And
he played in Guns N' Roses and stuff. And
which lineup did you open for? Because they used to have Scott Weiland, but now they have Scott Stapp, I think.
yeah, we got Scott Stapp, and when the show was done, he was like nowhere to be found. But Bumblefoot and John Moyer were hanging out and just like talking to everybody, so that was really cool.
We actually have a person in common then, because John Moyer actually is a producer for a friend of mine's band on a few of their albums.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
You should check them out. Their name's Neverwake.
Neverwake. Let me write it down.
They're fucking good. I think you guys would actually be really good on a bill together if you ever come to Pittsburgh.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's good to know. I'm writing it down. There we go.
I also have another one for you. Theriaca, Theriaca. They're really good too. They're a local band.
Let me get that spelling one more time.
Theriaca.
Got it. Theriaca.
Yeah,
cool.
They're good too. See, we need to stay in touch because I can get you some shows out here.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. You know, there's always like, we're always looking to, like, I'm always talking to the guys, and Tom's always like, man, before you were in the band, we went south and we kicked ass down there. And, you know, I never really went south. I went west to like Michigan, and that was pretty good. But I never went to like Tennessee. I hear that's awesome down there. But
I've been to Tennessee. I got friends in Tennessee. I live in Ohio.
Okay.
The Midwest. But it's really good scene out here too, but mostly out in Pittsburgh though.
Yeah.
Because
that's the thing out here in Jersey. I feel like before COVID and before all that shutdown, all the big shutdowns, we were playing a show at least every month. And we had a couple of places that we were pretty regular, like the Brighton Bar, the Saint. You know, we would play the Stone Pony here and there. You know, we did Starland Ballroom a couple of times. But
did you say the Stoned Pony?
Yeah, the Stone Pony.
See, that's what I am sometimes. I'm sometimes a stoned pony.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of places shut down, and it's like, man, like now it's like really. Like, we were here, but now we're like, there's this many places to play now.
Yeah.
Around here.
There's not a whole lot anymore in a lot of places
because of the
pandemic.
We're going to have to start outsourcing to other places.
Well, I can help you out, bro, especially out in this area, because there's Drusky Entertainment. They're a big-time booker out here.
Okay, Drusky Entertainment.
They book for like Hard Rock Cafe and shit out in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's cool. That's
So
awesome.
they also, I believe, they're now booking at the West Banco Arena. They just had Alice Cooper playing there.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I actually saw Alice Cooper. He played with Deep Purple. That was an interesting combo, and he sounds exactly the same.
Yeah, I saw Deep Purple with Judas Priest, and that was a very
Really?
weird show because Priest opened for Deep Purple,
Yeah,
and nothing against Deep Purple, but most of the audience left after Priest.
I know. I feel like that it should have been the other way around because I feel like Judas Priest would be the more exciting show.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it was the same thing. Like Alice Cooper opened for Deep Purple, but I don't know. I guess since they've been around for 50 years, I love Deep Purple. So, but I get it. But a lot of people, I feel like, yeah, they don't have the attention span. They want to see the more happening band
and
last.
also nothing against Deep Purple. I love Deep Purple, but they're not as popular as they once was.
Mm-mm. No, and they're getting up there. I mean, the band is still incredible. Ian Gillan is a great singer, but you could definitely hear it like now. Like he sounds a little old to me.
Yeah, his vocal range isn't even the same. He sings a higher register than he used to.
Yeah, it's weird how some people don't change. Like, yeah, but Alice Cooper was like exactly the same, and I was like really impressed.
I'm impressed because the dude's like, what, 77, 78, and he's running
Yeah,
around on stage and shit like a
yeah,
madman, bro.
that's
Like,
cool.
I hope to be that fucking cool.
Yeah, me
Like,
too.
like when I'm that age, man.
Some people just got that longevity, and they just can keep going and going and going, and that's all you can really hope for.
I think the key is doing what you love. That is the
Yeah.
key. Because look at Ozzy Osbourne. Like, he quit touring, and now look at him. He's
Yeah, I
fucking
know. And now he looks worse. He should have. Well, I guess he would have kept touring, but I don't know. But I guess it's finally catching up with them. I feel like a lot of these guys went through a phase where they were really crazy and doing it hot and heavy, and then they kind of, you watch like interviews with Megadeth now, and now they're doing like yoga backstage and stuff. So they're doing like a lot of self-care and stuff, which is good, I guess.
That's
'Cause,
like Alice Cooper. He quit doing drugs and now he's playing golf.
yeah,
Like, switch one addiction for another, man.
he's getting high
Speaking
on another green.
speaking of, what do you do for fun? Your hobbies other than music? Do you have any?
Um, Well, yeah, music, work. I like to like lift weights and stuff. I was really big into exercising and stuff and just like taking care of myself. That was always like something. I played football all throughout high school and stuff, so that was just something that always interested me.
See, I was always the nerd in school. I was never the football player or nothing. I watched Star Wars and
Oh yeah, me too. I wasn't even like a jock. I was on the team, but like I really wasn't like a jock though. Like
so you picked on yourself in school is what you're saying.
yeah, why not? We all did. I was kind of like a floater or like a freaking geek kind of
Yeah.
person in school. I don't even know. But yeah, I love Star Wars. We were watching Lord of the Rings and stuff, and we didn't go to prom. We had like anti-prom and all that. And
Did you ever hear the theory going to Star Wars since we're getting there? Did you ever hear the Jar Jar Binks theory?
yeah, where he's actually the head Sith Lord. Well, he's the
I,
one who gave Palpatine all those emergency powers and all that shit.
Yeah, so
So
even if they didn't continue with that idea, he's still the reason behind
yeah,
the series, which is fucking wild.
yeah,
By the way, this podcast, we don't just talk music. We just fucking bullshit like two
yeah.
buddies hanging out, smoking or drinking a beer, whichever you prefer. Oh,
Perfect. That worked for me. I mean, I love talking about all that stuff.
dude, that shit, like, when I was younger and still do, I do all the Star Wars shit. But when Disney bought it, I was so mad. When
Yeah,
Disney was like, oh, all the comics don't matter anymore. I'm like, oh, go
yeah.
fuck yourself.
You invest all that time into. I mean, I remember I was a little kid. I mean, I really just watched the movies, but like I read some of the books and the comics and stuff. And yeah, like if you were really into it, to have all that be like nothing, and then to see the version of Luke in the new movies, it's
Yeah,
like
like,
not nearly as cool. Although the shows I feel like are really good.
Well, what Disney was claiming was the comics never was canon. I'm like, yeah, they was. They was to fill the void for the next movie. Everything had to be approved by George Lucas.
Yeah,
Everything. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
yeah. Maybe they'll do what they're doing with Marvel and do multiverse.
well, they are talking about bringing out like the comic book like stories, but like in movie and TV form.
Okay. Yeah. Only. Oh, I did not see Ahsoka yet, so that's the only thing I haven't really seen.
Me either. I haven't watched. There's so much shit fucking on Disney Plus, bro. There's like the Mandalorian. There's Boba Fett.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't keep up with everything. Just
Yeah.
finish the series, then I'll watch it.
Yeah, that's kind of like how I am. I don't really like to get into shows and then you watch for a season because by the time you watch the second season, you're like, what even happened in the first one? You know, you're waiting like 2, 3 years for these.
Exactly. Like I'm a Stranger Things geek and nerd or whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it. And I'm waiting 2 years for a new season.
Yeah, 5. Yeah, we just finished up 4, I think, back in like April, and I still remember pretty much all of it. So if they came out with it soon, you know.
If you have to rewatch it, God save you, because the last 2 episodes is like watching 3 movies.
I know. Yeah, all those episodes were like an hour and a half each. I don't know if I could do it again. Like it would have to be a while.
Remember when like movies weren't even that long? They're like an hour and a half, maybe, not 2.
Yeah,
Now
that's
you've
the
got to
thing.
sit in a theater for 3 to 4 hours. Your TV shows are an hour long. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I'm glad. Well, one plus about it is I'm glad it's home because I can't sit and not go to the bathroom at least 3 or 4 times.
Like, whenever I'm in a theater watching movies and they're like a 3-hour movie, I'm like, save me.
Yeah.
Because if I got to pee, I'm missing something.
Yeah, me too. That's how I am. So that's why I'm like, well, like I saw the Batman from 2022, and that was like 3 hours and 12 minutes long, and I'm like, holy shit, man! I think I went once, and I was like really proud.
Did you ever watch
So,
the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League?
no, I never seen that.
You're only going to watch it once in your life because
Yeah,
me and my buddy watched it. It is 4.5 hours long.
yeah. What'd you think of that? Like the Zack Snyder Justice League?
I loved it. It's too damn long.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, definitely. I liked Man of Steel. I don't know, like, but then they keep changing the actors and stuff, and it's like I can't like commit to it like you could with Marvel. But now I don't even like Marvel anymore because like
well, that was
all the
sorry.
characters like that I grew up with, like, because I've been watching it since I'm like 13, 14 years old when they started with Iron Man, and
It's crazy to me because Iron Man's still Robert Downey Jr. after all these years.
yeah. Yeah,
What do
like
you
they just killed him off, like took him off. But I don't know.
What do you
People
think
always
of
come.
Deadpool 3?
Yeah, that's been a while, right?
Well, did you see who's going to be in it?
Yeah, I think Hugh Jackman is coming back. They're putting him in like the yellow, like in the cartoons and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the thing. You never know. Like they'll kill off somebody, but then they'll do like a prequel to it, and they're back.
That's like the new Spider-Man movie they came out with. They had all 3 Spider-Men in it.
Yeah, I didn't see that one either, but I did hear about it. I'm like, so wait, so are the ones from like 2002? They're like canon now?
Do you care if I tell you how they made it work?
No, go for it.
So basically what happened is there is a kind of a split in the realm. So it's like different universe versions of Spider-Man.
Okay, yeah, like the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, like the Spider-Verse. So they pretty much are canon in their own way because all the
Okay.
different Peter Parkers are in different universes.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's pretty cool though. I mean, you're like representing like 3 generations of people who watched because I watched them even like, from the 2000s, like with Nicolas Cage as like Ghost Rider and stuff, like all the ones that were like kind of campy,
Did you
like
see
Fantastic Four and Ben Affleck Daredevil and all that.
speaking of Nicolas Cage, did you see that he was supposed to play Superman in a Tim Burton movie?
Really?
Before they did the Batman series, he was going to do a Superman and it got canceled.
Yeah, that would be kind of. I can't see him as Superman. He's
There's
too like.
pictures.
Yeah. Oh, really?
They
Yeah.
were
He's like very dry. So I don't know.
Well, he was supposed to play like Joe Exotic in some Tiger King movie that never happened. Like
Okay.
Nicolas Cage has had more movies canceled than he's actually been in.
Yeah, and he's been in a lot of stuff too. So
He has. Like, what the fuck, bro? But like, back to music. Who is the musician that got you into the music that you listen to? Not the first musician you've heard, but the first one that got you into hard rock or metal,
I
or
want
the
to
first
say,
album.
Okay, first album.
Either one.
My mom she was going through her old CDs and she found Kill 'Em All by Metallica, and it didn't even have the book. It was just the tray. She's like, I lost the book years ago, but here's the disc. So she gave me that, and I listened to it constantly. I think that was like the first album I really got into. And then first artist, I think I was like 10 years old, and I had an iPod and I had Ozzy on it. So I loved Ozzy.
Which song though? Or album? One or the other.
It was weird. I had the version of Iron Man, but the one that they did with like that punk band, the one off of like his cover album.
Oh yeah, I forget what band that was, but
Yeah, it's off of like that Nativity in Black compilation. So I had that, and I had and then my dad had Blizzard of Oz. So like Suicide Solution and I Don't Know and all that, and like Goodbye to Romance. So that was like one of the other albums that really got me into playing.
That album got Ozzy sued. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Oh yeah. Was it by like Bob Daisley or something?
No. Bob Daisley's a whole different story. He sued him for like 5 different albums.
Yeah.
Bob Daisley wrote most of the music on 7 albums, but Ozzy got the full credit.
Yeah, and Blizzard of Oz was supposed to be the band, not the album. But then Sharon was like, "Let's flip it around real quick, make Oz."
Sharon's that way, bro.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is that album did get him sued, but it was because of the song "Suicide Solution."
Oh yeah. The coalition or what? The Parents Coalition or something.
Yeah, some kid killed himself, and they blamed that song. And Ozzy was like, "The song's about killing yourself from drinking too much alcohol."
Yeah.
Solution, as in like liquid.
Yeah.
Like that's what it means. And a lot of songs have gotten people in trouble. Like that's like Frank Zappa. Love the guy. He's the reason why like there was that big fight against the parental board or whatever. But did you know what the first album ever to have a parental advisory sticker due to lyrics was? It was a Frank Zappa album. I'll give you that.
Oh, okay. Chic Your Booty?
Nope.
Or what's the one?
Jazz from Hell. It was an all-instrumental album, and it had a logo on it that said parental advisory, explicit lyrics.
Huh. That's interesting. My one friend Garrett is a huge Frank Zappa fan. And I wonder if he knew that.
Trivia him.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him that now. Did you know that? But that's cool.
Yeah, because Zappa, it was an all instrumental album, but it had a explicit lyrics fucking logo on it.
That's such a Frank Zappa thing to do.
That is the most Frank Zappa shit ever.
Yeah. What's my favorite one? I like Dynamo Hum. That's a funny one.
I love I Am the Slime. I'm the Slime's a good one. That dude was also a really good guitar player.
Yeah, I always see him with the Gibson SG. I'm like, that's cool. I heard he's because he had like Steve Vai and stuff, so I hear he's like a good player, but then he's also a really solid rhythm player, and he had amazing musicians and stuff around him all the time.
Steve Vai actually tried out for his band when he was like 16, didn't make the cut, and then he finally made the cut when he got a little older.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, though.
His son, have you ever listened to Dweezil Zappa's stuff?
Yeah. Oh, I think I heard him covering some Frank Zappa stuff, but I'll have to do a deeper dive into it.
He appeared on, are you familiar with who Derek Smalls is?
Derek Smalls.
He's the bassist of Spinal Tap.
Okay.
He released a solo album in character as Derek Smalls, and Frank Zappa's son, Dweezil, is on the track MRI.
Okay, that's really cool.
The whole album is pretty much about getting old. It's called Meditations of Aging. and Dweezil Zappa's on the song about going in and getting an MRI. He plays the solo.
That's pretty funny.
It's
Yeah,
fucking
I'll have to
cool.
check those out. You gave me a couple things I'd like to go research now, like the two bands, the Dweezil Zappa thing. Yeah.
Dweezil is very interesting because his birth name was not Dweezil.
Oh, really?
Frank Zappa was going to name him Dweezil. The hospital would not let him. So he named him, I forget, Ian or something.
Ian.
But when Dweezil hit 5 years old, he legally could decide his own name, and he chose the name his father wanted to give him.
That's really cool. That's
So now
cool,
his legal
though.
name is Dweezil.
Dweezil's, yeah, Zappa does Zappa. Yeah, he does the touring and all that. That's cool, though.
He also, there's a band called the Mothers of Uninvention, or the Grandmothers of Uninvention. It's the surviving members of Mothers.
Oh, really?
I don't think they're doing it anymore because the original rhythm guitarist of Frank Zappa is now in jail due to he assaulted in a sexual manner an underage person.
Oh, okay.
So now he is in jail. Yeah,
that'll do it.
That'll get you in trouble. That'll get you in a lot of fucking trouble.
Yeah.
What's up with all these fucked up people, man, doing that shit?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if people, they just get so much money and they get lost in it all, and they probably just get bored and they like delve into the taboo, I guess, you know.
They just think they can get away with it because they're on top.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I never really understood all that. If I was like at that level, I just want to sit pretty where I was and just like live pretty moderately and just enjoy it, you know.
But some people are monsters regardless, though. Like some people they're like that before they become famous, and it just brings it out of them.
Yeah, it's exacerbated by, you know, the ego and then the money and the drugs, and yeah.
See, the ego is a big problem, and we've mentioned that on the show before because a lot of people don't realize, but ego is not just thinking you're the best. It's also the opposite side of the spectrum, and when you're in life, you have to meet in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have the confidence, but not overly confident, but not underly confident. It's a key.
Yeah, ego is not always a bad thing. I mean, you look at all these like like superstar, like people who are still famous even though they're long gone, like Jimi Hendrix and all that. Like they had that ego, that confidence, like you were saying. But But yeah, I mean, I didn't know the guy, but maybe I would imagine he was pretty cool to meet at least once or twice.
That's like recently I spoke with, his name's Gary Peterson. He is the drummer of the Guess Who. At one time, they were a huge rock band. He is probably one of the most down-to-earth people that I've spoken to on this show that is of that level. Him and Ryan Roxie are two of the big ones.
Okay.
And I don't know if you know who Ryan Roxie is, but he's got the Roxie Guitar Army. He teaches people how to play guitar. He is Slash's Snake Pit's rhythm guitarist.
Oh, really?
Oh, he's been playing with Alice Cooper for the last like 20-something years.
Okay.
But he's a good dude. Like he's genuinely a good dude, and he uses his platform to help bring other people up. And that's how you should be.
Yeah, that's how it should be. Because, you know, honestly,
we've all been there. We've all been at the bottom.
Yeah. I hate when people get to a level and then it gives them a reason to gatekeep and keep people down. It's like, you know, as an artist these days, you have to take your song and you have to pitch it to these playlisters. They want to hear your music, and if they like it, sometimes I think just put it on your playlist and let people decide. Because one person doesn't like it, all these other people out there don't get to hear it because, you know, they're in a place of, you know, the upper hand against an artist and they don't like it. So people miss out on stuff, and I think that's a shame.
Well, the thing is, a lot of these higher famous artists tend to forget, and fans tend to forget, there is no such thing as celebrity status. We are all fucking human beings.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't see anybody as a celebrity. If you're on my show, we're friends talking. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And once you're dead, that's it. Like, can't take it with you.
Like, what the fuck? Like, I've met Alice a few times, and he's down to earth too. Like, you have to be that way.
Yeah. And honestly, like, wouldn't you want people? That's something people will remember too. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
they were really cool, and they're more inclined, I feel like, to come support you too. At the same time, not thinking of it like a business standpoint, but I mean, just being a genuinely good person too. You
Yeah.
know?
Like that's the thing though, is people get way too wrapped up in their ego, like we mentioned earlier, that they fucking think, oh, I don't need this anymore. When in reality, we are all, even if you're famous or whatever, we are all one step away from falling off that ledge and being obscure. Nobody remembering who the fuck we are.
Yeah, and these days it's so easy. It happens like that so
Yeah.
quick. Like,
Like
done.
in 200 years, nobody's going to remember us. So why not impact the people that's already here?
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Like there's so many people right now that don't know who the fuck Rodney Dangerfield is, and that's wild to me.
Yeah.
Like because he was hugely popular when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like we are all 1 second away from obscurity. By the way, we do nice motivational shit too here.
Yeah.
But what all would you like to promote? Because I'm probably going to cut this a little short here soon. I would love to have you back on though, give them a little bit more to talk about.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce your last name, by the way? Miranowic?
Miranowic.
I really love your last name. It is very
Thanks.
unique. Mine is Usenick, Usenick.
Okay.
Kids were brutal when I was a kid. They'd replace the N with a D, and I was Usedick. It was fucking,
Oh man.
it's fucking awful. But go ahead and promote yourself. Give them where they can find you, all of your links, all that shit. I'll put it in the description as well if you send it to me.
Yeah, so Sekond Skyn, you could find us everywhere. You can't miss us. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, Amazon Music, we're on Deezer, whatever that is.
What the fuck's Deezer?
I don't know. It's like a cheap version of streaming, or it's like a French one. But yeah, we're
Well, is that
everywhere.
one of Frank Zappa's kids' names? Deezer?
Yeah. Maybe his grandson, Deezer Zappa, or yeah. So, yeah, we are everywhere. We have a link tree too, so whatever you decide to use, it's there.
Cool.
Yeah.
I
So
love your guys' music. You guys are going places. Please do not stop chasing that dream. And I hope you guys come near here sometime because I'd love to see you.
yeah, that would be great. I'll let those guys know, and we'll take a look at it. You know,
All right.
hopefully maybe sometime in the summer.
Feel free to add me on Facebook or follow me or however you want to do it, and we can stay in
Yeah.
touch.
Awesome. Yeah, you the same.
It was a pleasure meeting you, brother. And guys, go check out Sekond Skyn. They're amazing. They're like a mix of like doom metal and not doom. Grunge metal and yeah, just metal.
All
Is it-
things rock and roll.
Yeah, all things rock and roll. And the thing is, I always compare bands with other bands so people know, and some people get offended by that. They're like, no, I'm the first. No, there is no first in music.
Yeah, definitely not.
Like you can have a unique sound, but you're going to sound like at least a little bit mix of what you're influenced by because everything's already been done.
Yeah. How do you? Yeah, I don't even know what else is out there.
I listened to a band the other day, bro. They were a polka punk metal band. I didn't know that was a fucking thing.
Yeah.
But it is.
Death
it
disco.
Death disco is a thing. Static X.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Evil disco. That's real. Like you can't name something that doesn't already exist somewhere.
Yeah. Country punk, cow punk, or kunk.
Bluegrass metal, I found out is a thing.
Yeah. What the hell was it called? Slash grass or something, or thrash grass?
Yeah, thrash grass, and then you have sitar metal.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, actually. And then there's Gregorian chant metal. Like,
the Who. That's the band, the HU, the Who.
Yeah, exactly. Yup, that's exactly what I was thinking of.
They go, like they sound like fucking Popeye. I'm not.
Yeah.
But bro, it was nice chatting with you. Please stay in touch. Much love to you and all the guys in Sekond Skyn. I'd love to have you back on. But before we go, what other projects do you have other than Sekond Skyn?
So in Sekond Skyn, I have my own thing under my name. So just Zack Miranowic. I actually just released the EP 2 days ago. So feel free to check that out. It's called Crying Out. I'm in Disciples of Verity. So that has, Corey Pierce from God Forbid. That has Corey Glover from Living Color on vocals. And actually Mark in Sekond Skyn, who plays guitars in that band also on guitar.
Can we do a part 2 and talk about your other projects?
Definitely. And then I have one more project if 3 wasn't enough. I have something with my girlfriend called Riversend.
Oh, nice.
And that's like an ethereal, we don't know what we are, but people have said you guys are like art rock. I'm like, okay. Like if you want to think like Fleetwood Mac or Pink Floyd or David Bowie, I guess, but
That's fucking cool. I actually have a friend of mine who his music is very interesting because he's in a industrial metal group. And then he has a David Bowie cover band on the side.
That's interesting.
If you get a chance, look up Eric 13.
Eric 13. Let me add that to the list.
He plays guitar for Combi Christ. And he's
okay.
He also has his solo projects.
Huh.
And he sounds very close to David Bowie. And it's fucking weird to hear him go from yo, like you know what I mean? Like industrial metal to like
David Bowie.
Like what the fuck? But I would love to have you back on, brother, very soon.
Ooh. Yeah, I would love to come back anytime.
Much love, brother. I'll chat with you later. And as always, guys, go check him out. Sekond Skyn. Check out all his other projects. This dude is fucking busy. He's got a lot of shit going on, which I can relate. I've got like 5 podcasts today. So I feel you, brother, on busyness.
Oh, yeah. Got to.
You got to stay busy. You got to get your legacy out there.
Yeah.
Much love, everyone. And as always, live long, rock